Yo, what's up guys? Joho here, and today we're going to do something different. Probably not different overall, probably other YouTubers have done this, blah 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 blah. We're basically going to go through every team at the moment in Marvel Strike Force. If you haven't guessed, I'm bored and I don't know what videos to do, because, yeah, reasons. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to go through all the teams on Marvel Strike Force. We're going to do alphabetically, just so I don't get mixed up with where we are. Though that probably will happen, and I can guarantee a duplicate by the time we get to Z, whichever way you want to say that. Anyway, enough of me blabbering. These are not going to be scripted or anything like that, as none of my videos are. As professionally, I am. I know, shocking. You wouldn't think my videos are not scripted, but they're not. So you're gonna hear a lot of ums, a lot of ahs. And yeah, so that's about it. We're just going to go through the team, what they actually are good for, how do you use them in today's meta, today's arena, today's war, everything like that, and individual characters if they've got any use as well. So the first up is A.I.M.
You serious?
You're probably already going to know what this is going to be like. Not very exciting, but hey ho, here we go. Let's roll that intro and we'll get straight into the team. Alright, so we're going to talk about A.I.M quickly. You may wonder why I have changed. It's because I recorded an A.I.M video, realised it was boring as all hell. Not that hell would be boring, but I realised it was pretty just crap. Because, let's be honest, A.I.M just don't have a place really anywhere. So the highlights would have been Scientist Supreme was good, now isn't. They're pretty much not good anywhere. You can use them as a blitz team, and then if you don't have them on defense in war, they're easily beaten. But on offense, you can take out Brotherhoods at 1.0 and 2.0 with them. Usually a punch across or down a little, maybe a little up. But Supernatural, they're really good against if you've got them up like I have here, where I use the top 5 you see: Scientist Supreme, A.I.M Monstrosity, A.I.M Security, Assaulter, and Graviton. You can punch up about 100k into Supernatural. I have actually done it. So apart from that, they're not that good. So we're going to do a second team today. So we're going to go straight on to the Asgardians. So we're going to cut to that now. Okay then, so here we are. We've got the Asgardians, a little bit better to go over. So were they good? They were good, very, very good in war when they came out. Obviously war defense team, but exceptionally well. When they first came out, they was pretty much top tip. But as of now, they have fallen off quite heavily. So where are the uses, what individual characters are good still, and all that. So uses wise, as a whole team, you probably keep them as a whole team in Blitz, but apart from that, you do not keep this really as a whole team anymore. Unfortunately, everyone kind of goes somewhere else, or at least probably that's how you should use them. So we're going to Hela. Where's Hela good? Hela is still really good for DD4, so I used her in DD4. She's still good in all the Dark Dimensions, so she's still top tier character in my opinion. I would say god tier easy. So you definitely still want to get your Hela up, because she's just good, and I think she always will be. Maybe one day she might way fall off, but
it's come to my attention that you don't know who I am.
I doubt it anytime soon. She's still got very much use. Obviously, she's got easy counters now with the likes of the Symbiote Spider-Mans. The Symbiotes team, as well as even the Astonishing X-Men, are pretty good. I'm pretty sure they still get 250, even though it's a summon. Don't quote me on that one, though. But as you can see, I've maxed her out. Why wouldn't I? Obviously, not her ISO 8 yet. I will be getting that up, but I'm not sure I will get it to 5, because I'm in Doom at the moment, but I don't use her in where you need the level 5. I'm in the tier where I can use her as level 4, so I haven't got her up to 5. Will I get her up to 5? Probably not, because Deathpool is coming out, and I'm probably going to replace her with Deathpool. So I'd rather use Deathpool, maybe the two that go with Deathpool and Dr. Doom. Maybe a mix of teams. I'm quite liking the Thanos idea, so you've got 2 energy batteries going in that team, but she is a Mystic, so she might be able to go in to a Mystic team with Deathpool, Cloak and Dagger when they come out, so definitely still worth looking around on that. Where do I use it today? I use Hela in War Defense still, so I pair her up with Loki, which I think is the only team you want to use is with a Hela, because obviously you got the defense down and the spread, always a good thing. So I use it at the moment with Merc Lieutenant, Merc Right Guard, Taskmaster, or Manager as I call him, and then Loki and Hela on more defense, and I think they work really well. I've seen them beat Black Orders before and other teams of similar strengths, so they definitely throw a cog in the works on defense. So that is where I use them. So who's that leave? We got four. He's okay. He's pretty average. He's obviously, he works well on the Avengers team, because obviously he now does have the Avenger tag, and he does obviously work well when they get hit. He still has the charge like he does with the Asgardians, so he does work well in there. But a lot of people I know are starting to use Agent Coulson in with that team because he's got the Avenger tag. I don't personally. I have my Agent Coulson in with my Shield team and Kestrel on defense. So I just useful with my Avengers on defense at the moment. So he still has a use, but apart from that, that's all he's really good for is as your war defense. Really, he again is Mystic, so he might come into play a little bit more with the new characters coming out this month. But again, with the choices of Mystics you have, like Loki and Hela pairing up with Deathpool and maybe Cloak and Dagger kind of thing, you probably still won't be using Thor, unfortunately. Sif, unfortunately, she isn't used anywhere now, apart from obviously on the full team because of Blitzing. So there's no point really, unless you're still using the full Asgardian team maybe to bring her up. But I don't use her anywhere, and the same is with Heimdall. He hasn't got really a use outside his team either. So those two characters really don't have any use outside the team, unfortunately. T4s wise, obviously as a team, I just maxed her T4s out. If you was going to skip on one, it would probably be Black Blade. You don't necessarily need to do that. I just did it because I wanted to. The disrupt for 2 turns on this is very good. But again, that's not an urgent one. You definitely have Goddess of Death, and Death Knights is a complete must. Command of the Undead and Command of the Undead, I would say I would recommend, and then Black Blade, if you really like the character kind of thing. Thor, God of Thunder and Lightning Storm are the two you want to do. Hammer Throw does do some good damage and hits multiple targets, but not those two really aren't needed. The Hammer Uppercut, Hammer Throw, Lightning Storm, though, and God of Thunder definitely do. Loki, you God of Mischief, it's only the minus 10 resistance, so not really worth it. Sorry I keep doing that. Mirror Image is very good because it keeps them stealth for 2 turns instead of 1, so that is definitely worth doing. And Mind Control is a must as well, because it mind controls 2 enemies instead of only having, I think, is it 50% chance or 75% chance. So I know it's only an extra 25, but that one time it doesn't do it could make a massive difference, so it's definitely worth doing that. The other two, not so much. Sif, I don't think she needs really any. That might be good, but she's definitely not needed. And Heimdall, the only reason I had this is because when there was a full team, obviously you wanted those 2 defense ups at spawn. That was definitely a war must when this was a full team. But if you haven't done this, don't do it, because it's just going to be a waste of T4s at the moment. Because he's not, you don't want to put them as a full team, because everyone's got a symbiote team maxed out. So anybody has their symbiotes up and running, so everyone can take on an Asgardian team, so there's no point having them as a full Asgardian team anymore. So that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this. Obviously we're going to go on to the next one. I don't know when this will be, but the next one after A, so we're going to go into Astonishing X-Men, and then after that we're going to have a real fun one doing Avenger tag, because that's quite a few characters. So Astonishing X-Men's next. I actually quite love this team at the moment. Probably one of my favourites, not my ultimate favourite. I think what are they called? I can't. Shadowland, that's it. Shadowland's my favourite. Anyway, I'm going to stop this talking now and let you get on with your day, even if you're still here. But that's all from me. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully see you in the next one. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Doesn't really do much, I don't think, for me, but whatever. And you stay classy, YouTube.